Good evening, everybody. So, we'll be continuing our quest to conquer that this year. So, today we have in store for one of the most important topic for that examination, that is permutation and combination and probability. So, I'll be taking some of the questions which had been asked in few of the examinations, few of the ZAT examinations in past years, and some of the questions which have been asked in CAT or other examinations, competitive examinations, which are at par with the level that will be asked in ZAT. So this is one topic that needs to be prepared thoroughly in order to crack ZAT, and you can expect at least 2 to 3 questions easily from this topic. And some of the questions might not be direct application of may not be direct formula based. It might be the application of the formula. It might be combined with different speed and distance, mixtures and alligations, work, trigonometry, coordinate geometry, modern mathematics. So it will be combined with that, and it can be asked. So you need to brush up your basics for this, and not much of a preparation if you have prepared well for CAT and you have already taken CAT, means if you have taken your CAT seriously, so it will not be a much of a preparation for this topic. So we'll use the same format for people who are new. So you must have received the question sheet. If you have not received the question sheet, you can copy it from the screen. You can take a screenshot of it, and I'll also try to copy and paste of some of the questions in the chat window so as to help you in on solving these questions. And we'll use the same methodology. We'll be solving together. You'll be solving at your end, and then we'll be reviewing, and I'll be solving the questions along with the whole explanation of each and every step. Meanwhile, whenever you are solving the question and you're getting an answer, post it on the chat window and we'll take it from there. We'll see whether you're on the right track or not. And first, okay, before going further, let me ask about the logistics front. Am I audible enough? Is anybody facing issue or everybody okay with that? Okay, great. Okay, then let us solve first two questions. Let me give you 2 minutes to solve these questions. Very easy questions, first two. So we'll give you 10:07. We'll review these first two questions. Hope by that time everybody will be able to solve these questions manually without much of help. Without much of help from pen and paper, you can solve it orally. First two questions. Okay guys, let us review these two questions. A lot of people have already got the answer and most of them have got it correct. So just for the sake of explanation, let me explain question number 1 and 2. So question number 1, what does it says? It says 48 students have to be seated such that each row has the same number of students as others. If at least 3 students are to be seated per row and at least 2 rows need to be there, how many arrangements are possible? Okay, so these are the three conditions which need to be followed. The number of students per row needs to be at least 3. Number of rows should be at least 2, and equal number of students has to be seated in. So let me give with the first arrangement. We have 3 students per row. So how many? 16 rows will be possible. Similarly, 4 students, then 12 row will be possible. 6 students, 8 rows will be possible. 8 students, 6 rows will be possible. 12 students, 4 rows will be possible. 16 students, 3 rows will be possible. And 24 students, 2 rows will be possible. Just count the number of arrangements: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total number of arrangements we have is 7. So basically what we are doing is we are finding out the factors of the total number of students. So n is equal to 48. We have to find out the number of factors. Just remember that the minimum number of students have to be 3. Okay. So we have total number of 7 arrangements possible in this case. Hope everybody understood this. If anybody has a problem, just raise right now. Okay, great. Let me move ahead then. Then we have second question. An anti-aircraft gun can fire 4 shots at a time. If the probabilities of first, second, third and the last shot hitting an enemy target is 0.7, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4. What is the probability that the 4 shots aimed at an enemy aircraft will bring the aircraft down? Okay. First we need to understand how the aircraft will come down. Aircraft will come down if any of the shots hit the aircraft. Okay, that can happen only when we find out the probability. The probability first we will find out the probability that none of them hit the aircraft, and we'll subtract it from 1. That will be our answer. So let us do the same. So the probability that none of the 4 shots will hit the aircraft will be what? 1 minus 0.7 into 1 minus 0.6 into 1 minus 0.5 into 1 minus 0.4. That is 0.3 into 0.4 into 0.5 into 0.6. That is 0.036. So at least one of them hit the target will be what? At least one of them hit that. At least one of them hit the target will be 1 minus none of them hit. So it is 0.964. Do we have an option 0.964? If we have an option 0.964, we have option number 4. We'll go ahead and mark option number 4.964. That will be the answer. Everybody got these two questions? Okay, let me move ahead then. So we'll solve question number 3 and question number 4. Again, I'll give you 2 minutes to solve this question. So 10:13 will review these two questions. Okay guys, let me answer question number 3 and question number 4. Okay, question number 3. Question number 3, what does it states? It asks there are 3 good students who are sitting next to each other. What is the probability of them having the same incorrect choices for 4 consecutive questions? Okay, so probability of selecting a wrong answer can be calculated. No, we cannot calculate probability of selecting a wrong answer. We can calculate what? We can calculate probability of selecting a wrong answer as 1 minus zero point 0.2. 1 minus zero point 0.2 will be what? 0.8. 0.8, but it will be less than, but it will be, it will not be 0.8. See, probability of selecting a wrong answer, probability of selecting a wrong answer will be what? 1 minus zero point 2, which will be equal to 0.8. Okay, if we calculate like this, but this will not be the right answer. Why this will not be? This will be a wrong answer because one condition we have not taken into consideration. Why? Because student does not attempt all the question. So if student does not attempt all the question, we have not taken that into consideration. So probability of selecting a wrong answer cannot be calculated. So we'll go ahead and mark option E. Everybody got it or still has a problem? Okay, Pawan, let me explain once again. So what it is asking, 3 good students are sitting next to each other. What is the probability of them having the same incorrect choices for 4 consecutive questions? Okay, so we want to select, we want to find the probability of selecting a wrong answer. Probability of selecting a wrong answer will be 1 minus zero point 0.2, okay, which will be equal to 0.8. But there is also a possibility that the student does not attempt all the questions at all. So we cannot find the probability in this question. How will you find the probability in this question if he does not attempt all the questions? Is saying that same set of 4 incorrect questions. If he does not even attempt all the questions, then how will you find out? Got it, everybody? See, consider the situation in which a person does not attempt all the questions, he attempts few of them only, and the other one attempt all the questions. In that, how will you find out the probability? We cannot find out the probability in that case. Got it, Pawan and everybody? Or need explanation on this? Okay, great, everybody. So we'll move to next question, question number 4. Question number 4, what does it state? 6 playing cards are lying face down on the table. 2 of them are kings. 2 cards are drawn at random. Let A denote the probability that at least one of them drawn is king, and B denote the probability of not drawing a king. The ratio A by B is what? Okay. So we have what we have this. So we have 2 things. One is probability of drawing at least king of 2 cards. Okay, so what will be the probability here? First, it is saying probability of drawing at least one king out of 2 cards. So here probability will be what? Probability of A will be what? Probability of at least one into the other one will be out of this 6C2 plus both of them are king, 2C2 upon 6C2. So we have two conditions. One, it is saying at least one king. So one, this is probability of selecting at one king. This is probability of selecting both the kings. So probability of selecting both the kings, it will come out to be what? It will come out to be 9 by 15. Okay. Now B is probability of not drawing a king. So probability of not drawing a king will be what? Both the, which will be 6 by 15. So in this case, probability of not drawing a king means two cards are king, four are rest of them. So we are selecting two cards out of those four which does not have a king. So 4C2 and total we are selecting out of 6. So 6C2. So 6 by 15. Now it is asking what is the value of A by B. A by B will be what? 9 by 6, which is equal to 1.5. Now what is the option we have given? E. E option is greater than or equal to 1.25. We'll go ahead and mark option number E. Everybody clear with this question? Anybody has an issue? So if anybody has a problem, I'll explain it once again. Okay, I believe everybody is clear with this. So let me move to question number 5 and 6. So question number 5 and 6, I'll give you say 8 minutes to solve this question. It's a little tricky question. So I'll give you 8 minutes to solve this question. Let's review at 10:30. Meanwhile, if you have any problem in the questions that has been explained till now or any problem in general about that, you can. Okay. Aditya, the answer is E. Greater than or equal to 1.25. We got it. 1.5. 1.5 is greater than 1.25. So we'll go ahead and mark option number E. Got it, Aditya? Okay. So question number 5 and 6. So take around 8 minutes to solve this question. 10:30 we'll review these two questions. Meanwhile, if you have any questions in general about that or any questions that have been explained till now, you can ask through the chat room. Thank you. Okay guys, time is up, so let me do this question. Okay, so what it is saying is Govind distributed 84 identical candies among n students of a class. It is also known that each student of the class received at least one candy. At least 20% of the students received 3 to 5 candy each, and 75% of the students received at most 2 candies each, such that each of the candidates belonging to this category received equal number of candies, and n is less than 25, and no candy was left with Govind after distribution. Okay, so let us put this into perspective. Okay, let me take this. It is saying that 75% of the students receive at most two candidates, two candies. Now, if we are saying that 3/4 of the class received at most two candidates, that means in order to be this number a natural number, which implies what? X is of the form 4k. Then only it is possible. X has to be of the form 4k. That means number of the students. X means here, sorry, n. So they have given variable n. So let us take variable n. So n should be of the form 4k. We can deduce out of it. Now it is saying n is less than 25. So what is the value of n that can be there? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 and 24. Anything out of it can only be the value of n. Got it everybody till now? Okay. Now there are three categories. Okay. 1, 2 and 3. First category is what? At most 2. Second category is what? 3 to 5. And third category is greater than 5. This is the three categories that we can make out of it. Now let us find out, let us put this value as 0. Say none of the people got greater than 5 candies. And let us find out what is the maximum candy that can be distributed. So let us take n is equal to 24, and people who got 2, that is 75% of it. 75% of it means 18 got 2 candies, so 36, and rest of all got 5 candies. 3 to 5 it is written, we are taking maximum, so that means 6 of them got 5 candies, so 30. So the total is what? 66. It comes out to be 68. 66 is the number of candies it comes out to be. So maximum can be 66. But the total number of candies has been given what? Total number of candies has been given 84. So this is not possible. That means what? The people with greater than 5 candies cannot be 0. It has to be greater than 0. It should be at least 1. At least 1. Now, if you put this condition into picture, then n can be only what? N can be only 20 or 24. Rest of all cannot satisfy this equation. How? Just check. If you put 75% of it to be 2 and 3 to 5 be 20% and greater than 5 to be rest of it, so this cannot satisfy the condition other than the value n is 20 or 24. So we got it that one case is n is equal to 20 and n is equal to 24. Now let us take the condition where n is equal to 20. Okay. Now let us take n1, n2 and n3. What is n1, n2, n3? n1 is at most 2, n2 is okay this only n1, n2 and n3. Okay. Now if n is equal to 20, n is equal to 20, so in that case n1 will be what? N1 will be 75% of it, 75% of it, that means 15. N2 will be what? N2 will be 4, 20% of it, and N3 will be what? 1, rest of it means 5% of it. Now the way to distribute N1 will be what? The way to distribute N1 will be 20 C 15 into 2. Why we are doing 2? Because the candidate can get 1 or 2 candies. It can get 1 or 2 candies. So if it is 1, then 20C15, and if it is 2, then 20C15. So 2 ways to select N1. Similarly, for distributing N2 will be what? 5C4 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, which is equal to what? 405. Why? Because 4 students among the rest of 5 can be selected in 5C4, and they can get what? They can get candies 3, 4 or 5. They can be done 3 ways. So we'll do 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. Now N3 can be done how many ways? N3 is only one way. So N3 there is nothing to be. So number of ways of distribution will be, now here find out the number of ways in n is equal to 20. It will be equal to 20C15 into 2 into 405, which is equal to nothing but 810 into 20C15. Now consider n is equal to 24. N is equal to 24. We'll consider second equation. N is equal to 24. In this case, N1 will be what? N1 will be 18. N2 will be 5. And N3 will be what? Again 1. Okay. So again N1 will be what? 24C18 into 2. Similarly, we calculated as we calculated for n is equal to 20. So N2 will be what? 24C18. Here we have 6. So 6C5 into 3 to the power. Now we have 5. So 3 to the power 5, which is equal to 1458. And N3 obviously we have only one way. So number will be what here? The probability here it will be 2 into 1458, 2 into 1458 into 24C18, which is equal to 2916 into 24C18. Now sum these two values, will get the answer. So we actually sum this value, it will come out to be option A. It will come out to be option A. Everybody understood this or they have a problem with this? Because I'm not getting any response from the people. Okay. Everybody clear with this? So question number 5 is says that the number of ways in which candies needs to be distributed. So option A, the what should be the minimum number of students in the class? So we have 24 and 20. So 20 is the minimum number of students. See, Sampath, see how it will be 20 or 24. Okay, so what I have done is, first we have taken that n should be one of these numbers, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 or 24, one of these numbers. Now we have taken what? We have taken the best possible scenario. In that case, we have put the number of candies greater than 5 as to be 0. So the number of candies, if we are taking the best possible scenario, means maximum scenario, in that case the number of candies comes out to be 66. But in question it is written 84 identical candies. So the candies are more than what comes out to be the maximum. That means greater than 5 should be at least one of them should be greater than 5. If that is the case, if you put all other numbers, under the other numbers, only 20 and 24 will satisfy that equation. Yes, Sampath, I am assuming it to be 5. If I am assuming it to be 5, why I am assuming it to be 5? Because I want to find out the maximum possible scenario. If it is less than 5, then obviously it will not satisfy the equation. If it is less than 5, then easily we can deduce that 20 and 24 will be the options. If it is less than 5, then so I am taking the see, if I am taking 3 to 5, that means 3 to 5 the second category. If I am taking greater than 5 as 0, and 3 to 5 should be 20%, at least 20%. So I am saying all 25% comes out to be in 3 to 5. When I am saying all 25% comes out to be in 3 to 5, that means if you see, greater than 5 should be what? 1% of it. It should be 5% of the n value. If 5% of this is, then the maximum you can get for greater than 5 is 1. 1 should be greater than 5. Because if you take 5% of 4, what it will be? 5% of 4 will be what? Less than 1. 5% of 8 will be what? Less than 1. Similarly, 5% of 12 will be what? Less than 1. 5% of 16 will be what? Less than 1. Only 5% of 20 and 5% of 24 will be 1 or greater than 1. And we have already deduced it that the number of people with number of candies more than 5 has to be at least 1. Did you get Sampath? Okay. See, let me explain once again for everybody if you have a confusion. What it is saying is 75% of the people have 2 candies. Okay. 20% have 3 to 5 candies. Okay. 5% will have greater than 5 candies. Okay. Now we are taking the maximum possible scenario for first case, second case, and for the third case we are taking the minimum possible scenario. considering that it is 0. So for first case we are taking at most 2, for second case we are taking 5, means 25% of them have 5, and first case everybody has 2. So in that case the maximum possible number of candies is 66, but total candies is 84. So one of the person has to be with greater than 5 candies. We can deduce it from it. And that person, one person, if is 5% of n, and 5% of n for 4, 8, 12 and 16 will be less than 1. So only possible scenario will be 20 and 24. That means n will be 20 or 24. Everybody clear with this? Then others we can find out. So for n is equal to 20, we can find out n1, n2 and n3. n1 and n2 and n3 are, n1 is at most 2, n2 is 3 to 5, n3 is greater than 5. We can find out the way to select these. Okay, great. Let me move ahead then. Okay, question number 5 and 6 is done. So we are going to question number 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, 7, 8, 9 and 10. I'll give you 4 minutes to solve these questions. Okay guys, time is up. So let me explain question number 7 and question number 8. So question number 7 says Rohan and Vikas decides to play a game which involves flipping a coin. Rohan gives, okay, let me do this. Okay, this is our question. Rohan and Vikas decides to play a game which involves flipping a coin. In a round, Rohan gives rupees 5 to Vikas if the coin shows tail, whereas Vikas gives rupees 2 to Rohan if coin shows head. They start the game with a biased coin in which head is likely to occur 50 times more than the tail. If initially each of the two has 50 rupees, what is the probability that at the end of 10th round Vikas would have at least 80 rupees in all? Okay. So first let me give a what will be the probability of okay, what will be the probability of head? Probability of head will be, it is saying 50% more. So 3 by 5. Probability of head will be 3 by 5 and probability of tail will be 2 by 5. Okay. Now it is saying that Vikas should have 80 rupees, which means Vikas has gained how much? 30 rupees. If Vikas has gained 30 rupees, it can only happen how? If in 10 times he get 8 times as tails, then only, because see, if he gets 7 times tails, 7 times tails and 3 times head, that means he will gain 35 rupees and he will lose 6 rupees. That means 29 rupees he will gain. So which cannot be a scenario. Now it is saying at least 8 times it has to get tail, 2 times head. That means 40 minus 4, 36. So at least 8 times tail has to come in the 10 rounds. Just use binomial. So we'll have 3 conditions. All the 10 times it comes. So 10C10 into 2 to the power 5 plus 9 times 10C9 into 2 to the power 5 to the power 9 into 3 to the power 5 plus 10C8 2 to the power 5 to the power 8 into 3 by 5 whole square. So just sum it. What we'll get? We'll get the value as 469 into 2 to the power 8 divided by 5 to the power 10. We have an option number C. We will go ahead and mark option number C as the right answer. Everybody got this? Still has a problem? Anybody? Option number C. Okay. So see, probability of head is 50% more. So probability of head is 3 by 5. Probability of tail is 2 by 5. Now, if Vikas is getting 80 rupees, that means he is gaining how much? 30 rupees. He is gaining 30 rupees. He is gaining 30 rupees. Okay. So Vikas is getting, for every time tail is coming, Vikas is getting 5 rupees and if head is coming, then he has to give 2 rupees. Okay, so out of 10 times, out of this 10 times, let's say he gets 7 tails. If he gets 7 tails, that means he will gain how much? 35 rupees. If he gets 7 tails and 3 heads, if he is getting 3 head, so he will lose 6 rupees. So maximum he can get with 7 tails is 29, but he has to gain at least 30 rupees, at least 30 rupees. So this option cannot be possible. So tail has to be increased. So let's say now he gets 8 tails, 8 tails, then he is gaining how much? 40 rupees, and 2 heads he is losing 4 rupees. So in turn he is gaining 36 rupees. So this is our break even condition. So he has to get at least 8 tails in order to win 30 rupees, in order to get more than 30 rupees. Okay, if that is the condition, then there can be 3 scenarios in which all 10 are tails, 9 are tails, and 8 are tails. So if all 10 are tails, that means 10c10 into 2 to the power 5 to the power 10. Binomial we are using 10c9 into 2 to the power 5 to the power 9 into 3 power 5, so, and 10c8 into 2 to the power 5 to the power 8 into 3 by 5 to the whole square. Just solve it, you will get 469 into 2 to the power 8 by 5 to the power 10. Okay, Rahul. Rahul is asking how we are getting 3 by 5 as a probability. See, if the head is likely to occur 50% more than tail, what does it mean? See, it means that if head is coming once, if tail is coming 1, then head is coming how much? 1.5 times. So it is basically the ratio of 1 is to 1.5, which is nothing but ratio of 2 is to 3. So the probability for head will be what? 3 by 5. Probability of tail will be 2 by 5. Got it, Rahul? Anybody has a problem with this question? Everybody clear with this? Okay. Okay. So question number 8. What does it say? Anshu is playing with a pawn on an empty chessboard. She places the pawn on the bottom left corner and tosses the coin. If it shows heads, she moves the pawn 2 squares up or down. If it shows tails, she moves it 1 square to the left or to the right. Tossing the coin goes until Ashu's pawn reaches 4, 5. Okay. So let me this is our question. So basically what is happening? So it is at 1, 1 and it has to reach where? 4, 5. That is where the destination is. So the left right movement happens one step at a time, and up down movement happens two steps at a time. Ashu needs at least 3 steps to the right and 2 steps upwards. If you take a chessboard from 1 1 to 4 5, how it will reach? It will reach at least 3 steps to the right and 2 steps upward. In a chessboard from 1 1 to 4 5, if it has to reach, then it has to take what? At least 3 steps right, 3 steps to the right and 2 steps upward. Okay. So we what is saying is not possible, we have to find out. So actually this is satisfying option number 3. Number of heads is equal to number of tails minus 1. So we'll eliminate option number 3. Okay. Now assume that Ashu has reached where? Ashu has reached 4, 1. With 3 tails it reached 4, 1. Now she gets 2 more tails. So she can take 1 step to the right or left and then take 1 step back to the right or left, thereby ending at the same place. So whereas she can reach 4 5 with 2 heads. Okay. So in that case what happens? Ashu has got only total 5 tails in all. So option 1 has got 5 tails in all. So option 1 can again be eliminated, because it is saying that 4 1 it has reached. Now reaching 4 1 by 3 tails. 3 tails it will reach 4 1, and now it is getting 2 tails again. If it is getting 2 tails again, then it can take 1 step to the right and then again next step to the left. So it will reach to the same position, and thereby again he can go to 2 with 2 heads. It can go to 4 5. So option number 1 can be eliminated again. Now in general, a pawn can also be reached to the required position by taking 3 steps to the right, followed by moving k steps to the right or left and k steps more to the right or left. So total number of steps will be what? 3 steps to the right and then k steps to the right or left and k more steps to the left and right. So total number of steps will be what? 3 plus 2k. 3 plus 2k. So total number of tails, that means total number of tails will be 3 plus 2k. Similarly, the total number of heads will be what? 2 plus 4m. So the difference between tails and heads will be what? 2k minus 4m plus 1. And this will be what? Odd number plus even number. Even number plus odd number, which will be equal to odd number. So we have option number 4. So option number 4 can be eliminated. So it has got more than 2 more tails, then heads. So only option number 2 is left. So we'll go ahead and mark option number 2. See, the best possible way for solving this question is you need to draw a diagram of a chessboard and just solve this question, what has been given, and eliminate each and every options. Got it, everybody? Okay. Everybody is fine. I'll move ahead to question number 9 and 10. Question number 9 and 10 is easy questions. You can solve it on your own. A bag contains 8 red and 6 blue balls. If 5 balls are drawn at random, what is the probability that 3 of them will be red and 2 will be blue? So what is the probability that 3 of them will be red and 2 will be blue? So total number of balls is 8 plus 6, 14. So they are saying out of 14, 5 balls is drawn. Okay. What is the probability that 3 of them are red? So 8C3. Okay. Into 2 are blue. So 6C2. This will be the answer. Whatever comes out to be. And it will come out to be 8C3 into 6C2 upon 14C5. So it will come out to be 60 by 143. We'll go ahead and mark option number A, 60 by 143. Similarly, the question is probability that in a household LPG will last 60 days more is 0.8. And that it will last 90 days is 0.6. What is the probability that it will last 60 to 90 days? Okay, so 60 days, so greater than 60 days is 0.8 and greater than 90 days is 0.6. So in between will be what? It is saying LPG will last it is saying at most 90 days. So at most 90 days, that is less than 90. Okay, so it will be between 60 to 90, it will be at most 90. So it is 0.2 plus, so 0.2 plus just a minute, it is 1 minus 0.2 minus 0.4. It will come out to be 0.4. We'll go ahead and mark option number A, 0.4. With this, we'll end today's class. So Hope you gained something out of it. And I'll circulate this after this class. So thanks everybody. Good night.